What's up everyone, how's it going? In this game we have Beasty spawning on the west side of Himiyama as our yellow Byzantine. Over on the right we have, or on the east, however you want to call it, we have See No Crash, Do No Crash, aka Crackedy, as our teal Order of the Dragon. Going for the Dark Age Rush. Gonna start getting probably two spearmen. I really don't see a possibility where they're gonna go for more than two. But you never know. Might go for that power rush. Wow, that voice line was really loud. 1 second, forgot to mute that. There we go. Okay. And Beasty is opting to go for a single cistern in the Dark Age. Decent positioning. Technically that's pretty good positioning because it gets gold food, gold TC, and it gets berries too, depending on where he places his outpost, his mill. And it does seem like the volume is just a little loud for some reason, even though I've already lowered this a few times now. That okay, sorry about that. Main thing we have to see is how many spears Crackedy is going to go for. Currently only one. I'm expecting two. I really am expecting 2 spears, and then that's it. That'd be the max amount of spears anyways, would be 2. Just so he could put on some really good aggression, potentially get 1 or 2 villagers. Not necessarily killed, but low. Very low. That way for Feudal Age, when he goes into the Gilded, if he goes into Gilded Horsemen, there's already a couple low villagers that he'd be able to pick off in an easier manner, instead of having to go for a full town center dive. In order to get some kills, he could just pick them off slightly easier. Same thing if he were to go with the Gilded Archers. We'll just have to wait and see. Already single shot does go off, 2 shots onto the Gilded Spearman. Looks like Crackedy is just going to be opting for the single spear, and that is it. Beasty already has more than enough gold in order to age up. It looks like he's going to go into the Grand Winery. 4 villagers going there already. Going to start working down the mining cap. As for Crackedy, I'm curious to see what he's going to go, since he went for such an aggressive opener. He could potentially go into Minework Palace as well. Oh, he's running out of food though. His scout needs to come back soon, very, very soon. This last sheep is going to get eaten up fairly quickly. Full 8 villagers on there already. Yeah, he needs to head back. Second house coming down. No. The Grand Winery is way too close to the TC in order to be able to start. And there it is. The Minework Palace. Okay. So that's kind of expected considering the opener that he did do. What's not expected is the amount of villagers that are just going to be idled because he didn't come back soon enough with his sheep. But they are back now. So it won't be too bad. House may be getting burned down. It'll be a mild win because that's going to be an extra 50 wood that Beasty did not want to use, and it will slow him down a little bit. It will potentially supply block him as well if he doesn't get that. Well, he has the wood count. He's at 200. So he can throw one up whenever he gets the chance. He's going to try to go for the repair. Crackedy instantly sends his dragon or his Gilded Spear to start poking at it. He will not be able to get that villager though. He needs to go from the northern side. Yep, just like that. Perfect. It's all about angles. Still only a single sister. Archery range coming down. Start getting a few archers just to be I wouldn't really suggest getting more than probably 2, maybe 3, because it is pretty standard for Order of the Dragon to go into Gilded Horsemen, and then their Gilded Archers from there, and their Gilded Archers are just better than normal archers in every aspect. Yes, they do cost 2 more, but it's not even like it's 2 to 1. It's kind of like 2.5 to 1. The Gilded Spear will be good. What kind of follow-up are we going to be seeing out of our Man-at-Arms? Okay, single Man-at-Arms is going to be moving out. Does have a decent chunk of health, as well as the armor, of course. Already got +1 ranged armor. Currently sitting on 3 melee, 4 ranged. Where is he gonna go with this? Is he gonna try to tower dive? Is he gonna just jump right into the wood line? Beasty currently sitting on 4 archers, 1 gilded Man-at-Arms, second one coming out. Golden Cuirass is coming out as well. Keep in mind that the damage reduction does take place first before the armor does, and this is a little bit of a rotation between the two, and they're not going to be able to catch each other either. There will be a gilded Man-at-Arms back at home for Crackedy to defend against the archers, and actually it's going to be able to catch it. Even with the stutter step, it's going to be very difficult to get away from this. And now the berries are getting harassed as well by the single Man-at-Arms. A lot of idle time. Total of what? 8, 9 villagers getting idled right there. Over here on the eastern side of the map, does look like Crackedy was going to try to go towards the deer right now. Pulls back his dragon villager. He needs to send it back in order to get that outpost up and running though. The gilded Man-at-Arms is going to start killing some of the archers. They are no longer getting stutter step because the gilded Man-at-Arms back in the wood line has gotten 2 villager kills so far. And this is what I was talking about earlier, except instead of a gilded horseman, it's a gilded Man-at-Arms that's running in there and picking off the low health villagers that the spear was able to do damage to. And now the archers for Beasty have got pushed back. 3 Man-at-Arms total. 1 is severely low, gonna be going down. There it goes. There's still 3 up and running. 1 just popped out. 3 gilded Man-at-Arms at this stage of the game, really difficult to deal with. We have survival techniques. It is coming up, and then we have wheelbarrow queued up right after as well. 2 Men-at-Arms are going to be coming into the base of Beasty onto the berries once again. Not enough units here to actually defend against it. There's 2 Lamentinai, 1 archer, 2 archers. But there's a full set of longbows coming out right now as well. This is going to be able to help out with the added DPS. I would have preferred Keshet in order to defend against this. The longbow's not too bad either because it also denies the possibility of Crackedy going into horsemen after, or excuse me, not horsemen, into spears. In case Beasty does want to go into cavalry at some point. This is pretty solid though so far. Blacksmith coming down. This should be on this should be switching at least over to Dialectus in order to increase the research rate, get those upgrades up, get those upgrades going a bit faster. Villagers are really low, and it does look like Crackedy's just going to be sending in 1 or 2 Men-at-Arms at a time in order to try to increase idle time, try to pick off whatever it can. A Lamentinai will be going down. He needs to back off, regroup, and send in 3, 4 Man-at-Arms at once. Yeah, that does let Beasty gather up his resources, get a couple more units out in order to defend. But the Man-at-Arms are just too strong for what Beasty actually has out right now, which is essentially just 8 archers. Yeah, 5 longbows, 3 actual archers. but they just do tickle damage to the man-at-arms with 4 ranged armor. They already have their +1s as well. They have +1 across the board from what it seems like. Yeah, they're just, yeah, they have the +1 ranged armor, +1 melee armor, +1 melee attack. So they are quite tanky, and they do pack a punch as well. There's 4 on the field right now. 1 more gonna be taking serious amount of damage. He has a decent spread on these. 1 gonna be going towards gold right now. Another one going to towards stone. There's nothing there though. It should be going towards the wood line. The man-at-arms, no, the man-at-arms up north didn't get picked off either. And then we have another one that's going to be tower diving potentially. Just running straight underneath the town center, taking a ton of damage. But it does not get picked off. It just has so much health, so much armor, that's able to just tank damage for days. And just look at the amount of idle time too. How many villagers total are getting idled at any given moment? There's about 28 villagers that are getting idled. Just routinely idle. 2 more man-at-arms rotating southeast. They should just run straight underneath the town center, idle another 5 villagers right there. It's 35 villagers to 32, yes, but it's more, remember that the dragon villagers take an additional 4 seconds to build. So instead of your 20 seconds, it's 24 seconds. They do cost a little bit extra as well. Instead of 50 food, they do cost 60. So it makes sense why he is below, or why he's down 3 villagers. But he's already killed 3 villagers as well, plus the insane amount of idle time that he's done. It's hard to know how much damage, like indirect damage, he's actually done. Akuratai gets procced. He will start using his villagers to start defending. This cistern has not been fully connected by the aqueduct. There he goes, sitting on level 4 now. Not too shabby. And it looks like Crackedy isn't going to be letting up either. He's just printing out as many men-at-arms as he can. Beasty is supply blocked. He doesn't have enough wood to build his house yet. Oh, there it goes. Scout going down on the west side. 3 man-at-arms going to be running right under the town center. 2 more going up towards the northeastern side, gonna try to get some villagers there as well. More than anything, he needs to try to deny this wall from going up, otherwise his harass is gonna start diminishing quite significantly. And the numbers for Beasty have just skyrocketed at this point. 25 to 20. There's 9 man-at-arms. Where are they all though? 3, 4, 5, 6 man-at-arms going across the map right now. There's currently 2 in the base, idling more villagers. A total of 10 villager kills for CrackedyHere. He's doing an amazing job harassing them. It's just that he doesn't really have anything behind this. And now the wall is going to be coming up, so the northeastern side of Beasty's base is going to be semi-secure. He's not going to be able to get run by or anything like that from that side. We're going to be getting walls coming all the way down from the south side of his base. And it does look like the transition is going to be happening. Is it going to be the the Regnitz Cathedral? Is it going to go into the Burgrave? He's only 50 gold shy at this point. 52 gold shy. I wouldn't be surprised if he went for the Burgrave. How many villagers is he going to pull to do it? Ooh, Regnitz. Okay. And that's a location, I guess. That's quite the location for a Regnitz Cathedral. Something that you want to protect. Let's just throw it into the middle of nowhere and see what happens in the late game. Hope it doesn't get denied. How many villagers are right? There's Yeah, 12 villagers. He could have done the same thing over here, 15 villagers, and just pulled them back. Just drop it next to the mine work. Right. Well, we have the Castle Age through for our Order of the Dragon player. Not enough gold to start making prelates, which is kind of poopy for him. There we go, force drop off in order to get the first prelate out. He should be heading northbound. He knows where 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, he knows where all 5 of the relics are. He should be heading towards the northernmost and then the center. Attempt to burn through. A lot of archers over here on the southern side of the map. Not much, kind of a bit of a wind down right now. A lot of villagers are going to be trying to repair this up and still getting a couple kills too. So not too shabby. A villager did go down right there. I would love to see like 2, maybe 3 outposts around this regnance just to be on the safe side as the game progresses. First relic does get picked up. It's on its way back. No second prelate to pick anything up quite yet. But this, oh, the palisade gate does go down. Villagers are going to be going down as well right here. And now he's going to be able to, is he going to actually commit to this? Looks like it. We have what, 9, 12? Yeah. 9 gilded men at arms running into the base of our Byzantine player right now. Just gonna try again to get as many kills as he possibly can. Nice kiting coming out of Beasty. We have 2 gilded men at arms splitting off towards the gold right now, and that's a really nice chokehold that he has on the military. Unable to really go anywhere without taking a ton of damage, and now he's stuck between about 20 archers and the town center. Full walls coming up again, getting denied. More villagers going down. A total of 19 villagers have went down this game for Beasty. He has 15 villagers idled plus another 13, so 28 villagers total are being idled for our Byzantine player. Nice little micro right there, but he is making it pretty vulnerable. He is very vulnerable, really. Beasty did end up hitting castle behind this with the Golden Horn Tower. More villagers are going down up at the berries, the wood line, and even villagers that are just idled. Defensive keep coming down. It will be pushing the Order of the Dragon away. Not too shabby, I suppose, but there is an offensive outpost right here. He is a castle age, so he will be able to throw a springhold emplacement on there, plus fortification. I would really like to see him try to steal the stone away, but instead he's opting to get the food. This keep is going to be very crucial to his defense up here on the northern side, but there's the outpost, so Crackedy knows that it's there. He's not going to be caught off guard, anything like that, with the mangonel emplacements, which is 100% mandatory. You need to get the mangonel emplacement as soon as humanly possible. We have two gilded MMA men at arms over here on the southern side. Rotating around. Got a few crossbows as well. And BC sitting on 36 villagers, 30 military. Potential counterattack? I highly doubt it. I really don't think BC is going to be counterattacking anytime soon. He shouldn't, anyways. He might be able to get this prelate, best case scenario, but to go for a full-fledged counter, I don't think so. He's sitting on 31 military, 19 longbows, 5 crossbows, 6 archers, and a single Lamentinite. He does have a set of Lynch Connect coming out, so it could be a little tanky for him, or not tanky, but he'll have a small front line that might be able to do some decent amount of damage. Over 4, CrackedyHere, sitting on 53 villagers. 53 villagers. He has such a massive eco lead compared to our Byzantine player. He has 3 relics as well turned in, going for his 4th. Looks like he's going to be potentially going for the 5th, but it already got picked up by Beasty, so at least Beasty's going to be able to secure a single relic. Crackedy also has 10 gilded men-at-arms, 8 gilded crossbows, 2 prelates. I'd like to see the prelate number go up a little bit more as well. Palace of Swabia, going for that Imperial Age already. He has the eco lead, and he's just going to secure it up even more. Really, really nice play. Love it. 24 villagers. Look at how fast that's going. It's insane. That's freaking Chinese level right there of build time. All right. Imperial clicks through. And now we should start seeing... Oh, did he already put the Springald replacement? Yes, he did. He's workshop in the front line. 38 military to 46. And the worst part about this is that Beasty can't really punish this. Can't punish that Imperial, because all he has is essentially ranged units. What are we gonna see out of the siege workshop though? So he's not gonna be able to just go in, start destroying things, anything like that, because he has essentially nothing but ranged units. Shiro Siphon, first one. Gonna be going straight towards the outpost. What are you guys gonna do? Sing your crossbow. Villagers getting burned alive. And now the Gilded Men-at-Arms are gonna be going to deal with this. Shiro Siphon. Yeah, it gets destroyed as quick as you thought it would be. As quick as you thought it would. Yeah, I really don't see Beasty being able to have any kind of space to counterattack. Currently, there is a Bombard out on play now. There's a Culverin coming out and a Mangonel as well in queue. More than anything, we probably should have had the Mangonel out first to be able to deal with this huge ranged army that our Byzantine player does have. The longbows, the crossbows, they're all going to do so much damage. And now the Lance Connect get into the mix as well, and they're just going to burn through these Gilded Men-at-Arms so quickly. And now the Bombard's going to be under fire as well. That's going to get cleaned up really fast. Look at it go. And now the forward position for Crackedy has fallen. Still has a little bit going on behind the lines. No, he really doesn't. He actually has way too many villagers idled right there too. Where is his food income? Oh, that is not good for our Order of the Dragon. He's barely going into a food transition or a farm transition right now. He's sitting on 4,300 gold, so he needs to be dropping a market. Yeah, he needs to drop a market. He needs to trade some of that gold for food. Otherwise, yeah, he's not getting any military up and running whatsoever. Instead, he's dropping another siege workshop. He has idled villagers, only 3, but still not enough food out on the map anymore. Hence why he was stealing the berries and the deer from Beasty. So it wasn't just to starve him out, but it's because his people are starving back at home. There's still a nice deer patch right there, and boar as well. I'd like to see him try to steal that boar away. Hive Barns coming through pretty late, considering he's been in Imperial for about what, 5 minutes now. Tiny hit squad coming through with the longbow, crossbow, lament to 9. Won't be able to get a single villager. 7 villager kills so far for Beasty. Make that 9 and 24 for our Order of the Dragon Holy Roman Empire variant. CrackedyHere. Fortification coming up on multiple different. Oh, he's going for fortification first instead of cannon emplacement. These were very late. Shero Siphon gonna be coming through. Cool, it's gonna have fortification, but it's not gonna be able to defend itself. I always recommend going for emplacements first and then going for the fortification. That way it defends itself while it's getting fortified. Otherwise, it's gonna be able to take a little bit more damage before it dies. Since it's not gonna be shooting, it's not gonna be doing anything. And now he's gonna lose Relic as well. That was... yeah, that was pretty bad for the most part. Ringlet emplacement, fortification on the the southernmost sacred site. Villagers getting split now between multiple different resources. More than anything, it's just losing that relic really sucks. He was on 4. He's currently on 3 now. Losing that passive gold, I still don't think he's made a market yet either. No, because he's still sitting on 4,700 gold. Double mangonels out now. Okay, he's gonna be able to deny the monk from being able to grab his relic, his prelate. Where is his prelate at though? First mango shot, no. Completely whiffs. I have no idea what that kind of shot was. That was terrible AI. Nice scoot and shoot coming through for Beasty. Single targeting every single one of these gilded man-at-arms. They're still very tanky though. That's going to be a little bit difficult. Springwood emplacement at the gold will be able to help defend. Mangonels are unable to get any type of shots off. Foreign engineering company coming up for Beasty as his Imperial Age landmark. And I don't understand what Crackedy was doing here. He just gave up so many units for free instead of just bringing them back. He lost about what, 8, 9 man-at-arms there, and I think he killed 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 units, probably. Let's say 5 units total, and that's being. Oh, is he gonna get a decent shot right here? No, he does not. Nice little micro from Beasty. These mangonels do need to come back home though. Or not come back home, but go back to the military. Definitely need to go back to the military. Way too much gold banked for Crackedy. Like I said, he needed to drop a market. University coming down. Even if it was just to trade out a little bit. Like, he didn't have to trade out that much. He just needed enough to make a full round of units. Mangonels not going to be able to do much. Prelate up north will be getting killed off. It has been neutralized as well. Few units just outside the doors of Beasty did get deterred. Back home, minor hit squad trying to do whatever they can for Beasty inside of the base of Order of the Dragon. Beasty sitting on 63 villagers, 4954. Wow. Oh, a full rotation probably just hit right there. 55 military, 29 longbows, 12 lamentonite, 11 crossbows, 2 archers, a French cannon, out of the foreign engineering company, and then single lance connect. Attempted defensive heat. Those lance connect are just burning through it though. Look at that. I don't think this is actually going to be able to come up anymore at all. Another sweep is going to be doing. Okay, there goes the there goes the lance connect at least. It got cleaned up, but he was able to kill probably about 5-6 units there, 5-6 villagers pretty easily. And then the assault at the front of the base of Beasty by Crackedy gets cleaned up as well. So both players attempted to do some minor eco damage. The only one that succeeded was Beasty. He was able to
Mich
clean up.
gelüstet das.
Like I said, probably about 5-6 villagers right there, pretty easily too.
Zur Arbeit. Schöner Bau.
Double siege workshop just north of the base of our Byzantine player. Is he gonna just make rams out of both of these? Yeah, rams out of one. The second one isn't really being used at the moment.
Handwerk wartet auf Geheiß.
We do need to see something strong out of him, like a really strong push
Ja, bin
in order
bereit
to
zu einem
try to
Befehl.
try to end this. And by that I mean Crackedy, because the further this game goes, the more resources that he's actually going to be lacking.
Mich
Nice,
gelüstet
another
das.
decent amount of kills coming through over here.
Eine Gurke.
Because remember, with the Byzantine, especially since he went for the Grand Winery, he hasn't, Beasty actually hasn't upgraded Tilt Arms yet either. He will be generating a lot of olive oil the longer this game goes. And I have seen these types of games go into some heavy trade compositions as well. But it doesn't look like either player is really looking towards anything like that. And massive lag coming through the game. Yeah, I have no idea why the game has been lagging so much recently. Both rams go down. Ton of villagers over here on wood, just burning through that so quickly. 55 villagers on wood. 58 technically. There's 3 more somewhere. Oh, up here.
Höret alle zu, wir bekommen
103,
Befehlchen.
123 villagers for Crackedy. 61 military, 10 gilded men-at-arms, 11 archers, 8 crossbows, 3 prelates, 3 mangonels. Another breach. Oh, these shots could be massive. First shot, really good. That was a really nice first shot. The royal cannons, though, will be able to pick off the first mangonel. Second and third mangonel will be going down fairly soon as well. And now the rest of Crackedy's army will be getting cleaned up by the Lamentsline crossbows and longbows, plus the splash damage from the royal cannons. Artillery shots. Nice amount of olive groves here. I kind of wish Beasty would have been able to do a farm transition earlier, but he is severely behind on his villager count. Maybe even a second TC would have been more beneficial at this point too, just so he could get that villager count back even running. Trying to get up another cistern. That's really gonna be his level 5. Did one get killed off earlier, or is he barely going to level 5 32 minutes into the game? Yeah, I think so. We are gonna need Springolds from Crackedy to deal with those French cannons, those royal cannons. Prelates are out. I'd like to see another probably 4 to 6 prelates mixed in with this army in order to just keep it sustained. Heal them up. These are expensive units that do a lot of damage, and their base tankiness is already high. So if you're able to add more to it by just throwing in a couple prelates here and there, especially since he did have the gold in order to do so, might as well.
Ich plündere vom Kampfe später.
Mich gelüstet
What happened
das.
to all the villagers that were right here? Gold is gonna get... The gold in his main does get dried
Mich
out.
gelüstet das.
Other one. He was already eating up both golds at his base. He's gonna have to start moving outward. He's made his choice.
Καλή δομή.
Walls coming up. Villagers going down. Cannon emplacements, though, not too shabby. Will be able to defend against this. I would have really liked to see his villagers being garrisoned instead of just letting them die right there. Cannon emplacement, fortification. See, exactly like this. Cannon emplacement, fortification. Do it that way. Not the other way around, ladies and gents. This is a really strong force from our Byzantine player right here. And Beasty is also going to be focusing down the prelates too. He's not going to allow them to give this army more sustainability. Really nice play by him to focus those down right off the bat, especially just using his longbow since they do have the additional range. But now the men-at-arms are getting into the back line. They've, for the most part, cleared up the majority of the front-facing army. Leventonized numbers are getting severely cut through, but so are the Guild men-at-arms. He's only down to about 8, but there's more reinforcements coming in. Not enough range units in all honesty for our Order of the Dragon player. He's not going to be able to cut through it as easily as he wished he could have if he had probably another 6, let's say, archers, or 3 archers, 3 crossbows, just to do the additional damage. And now the entirety of the men-at-arms front line is gone. 2 of them have been split off towards the olive groves. They will be able to do minor damage over there. A few units will be given up for free right here as well, including a ledge connect. And now he's rotating towards the northern side where there is a keep, and his ram was able to break down the wall. Harassment on the western side of the map. Villagers getting pulled. They're going to start building up more military infrastructure, but at what cost? He's already down. He's already lost 48 villagers, and more villagers are getting chopped down as well that are trying to chop down some wood. They're just trying to live their best life, and Crackedy isn't allowing them to. That's a lot of units at the top of our screen that aren't being utilized whatsoever, just chilling, having a powwow going on. Needs to push through. He needs more rams to get rid of this keep. This keep is just adding way too much fortification. Sacred Site victory approaching in 3 minutes, or excuse me, 7 minutes, not 3, 7 minutes, 30. Ooh, it's getting neutralized. Still 7 minutes, 35 seconds. Decent military. By that, I mean a handful of men-at-arms will be going over there, as well as 2 prelates in order to capture the southern sacred site yet again. Walls are going to be coming through, and the onslaught still inside of Beasty's base. He's barely going to be able to hold on to this. He's lost so many villagers. He's lost his keep, and the rams are still going to try to push forward. Barracks is going to go down. Another keep is going to be going down, or going to try to get up. And it gets canceled before anything happens. Streltsky, really solid units. Fortification cannon, I'm hoping, yes. On the northern sacred site. 7 minutes, 7 seconds until sacred site victory for our Order of the Dragon player. More villagers getting pulled in order to finish up this wall. Double cannon emplacements, double outposts. No, that's just gonna have fortification. Still no stone. Still not enough stone in order to get the cannon emplacement on the second outpost. Fortification finished up north. Need more units. If he could secure this, which it looks like he will be able to. Well, keep in mind, he still has both of the French, or both of the royal cannons. I don't know why I keep calling them French cannons. Technically, they are French cannons, but their real name is royal cannons. These royal cannons will be able to deal with the outposts fairly quickly. He needs to connect them, though. He needs to drop an outpost, a town center or something, in order to get the repairs up, the emergency repairs on either of these outposts in case of emergency. Hence, emergency repair, 6 minutes until sacred site victory. And it still doesn't look like Beasty's gonna have enough breathing room to actually push through. It might start swinging in his favor now that he does have Streltsky. As I say that, he calls GG, and game goes to our Order of the Dragon player. CrackedyHere. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.